Welcome back, trainers, and we're going to be taking a look at Kabutops in the Ultra League. We're going to be going into the remix right here, and then you're going to see once we start running into the legendaries that we're going to be in the Open Ultra League. It didn't work out too well. I'm just going to say that. We're just going to keep this short and sweet here and just take a look at these battles. As far as everything else that's going on, well, I'm not going to go down that route anymore. It's just too exhausting. It's reached critical toxicity. Anyways, let's go ahead and see. Gonna go straight for the Dazzling Gleam before we do go down. We're gonna see a Rock Slide here. We were not gonna be able to get to 2 Sky Attack, so I figured, Moonblast it, and then come in and farm it down. But we're able to survive and farm it down as a matter of fact. So, hey, that works out, I suppose. Let's see what they come back into the battle with here. And is that Ninetales? Of course it is. So we are gonna be changing out the team quite often here. I really wanted to use Roserade alongside Kabutops. It was, the counters were rough today. Really rough. Yeah, we dropped quite significantly. But hey, we reached Legends, so, I mean, it really doesn't matter what score we do have in Go Battle League right now. Anyways, we're able to get to another Weather Ball here. And, of course, it is going to be Fire. We're getting both shields out of that Ninetales. It does have Charm, so we are resisting that quick move with our Poison typing. We're going to go ahead and shield this up, knowing that they're not going to be able to necessarily get to another Weather Ball necessarily too fast. They're swapping into Politoed. We're going to go ahead and go with that Leaf Storm and one-shot it, instantly swap into our Kabutops here, and get to the Stone Edge, and we're going to be able to take the win. And we're looking good. This thing is just fun to use. There's nothing like, well, Kabutops is going to help you take some wins. We've used it before, and it did pretty good, right? When Talonflame was a hot Pokemon to pick, it still is. It's just not as common as right after Community Day, right? So for the next battle here, we're up against a Mew, and, well, we got to look out for Wild Charge and Surf as well. So they're going for a Dark Pulse. That's unexpected. Definitely going to be a good move to have on your Mew, considering what you're going to be able to see. And we're going to go ahead and just go straight for that Weather Ball. They did swap into that Galarian Stunfisk, so it's still going to be a win-win for us hitting that Weather Ball. We can go Leaf Storm, which, oh boy, we will be hitting that soon, and it does do a lot of damage, obviously, with Stab. But it is going to be dramatically lowering your stats when you do use it. So we're going to go ahead and just absorb that Earthquake, unfortunately, letting the Roserade go down. Still holding on to our last shield here. Bringing in the Giratina to farm it all the way down. So this is definitely just going to be a Rock Slide. We have no problem letting it go through. Even if it was an Earthquake, unfortunately, at this point, we were just simply not going to have to use that shield. We need to hold on to it. But we're going to use it now because they swapped into the Mew, which was going to go for the Dark Pulse. And now we kind of got him against the corner here. So their last Pokemon is a Machamp. I do believe they let this go through because they realize it is over. Although, I mean, yeah, we have the Kabutops and all that. I plan to swap to start doing damage, but they back out there, so good game. Moving on to our next opponent, we're met with the Deoxys. This is absolutely horrible for us. Now, if they do have Thunderbolt, that's going to be doing, super effective damage. And then the counter is just eating us alive. Now, Kabutops is kind of squishy. It's very squishy, actually. So it's not going to be looking good. Now, if you run into grass, that's another bad story for you. There's just all kinds of Pokemon that are going to just completely destroy it, so you need to look out. So we're going to go ahead and bring in our Giratina to absorb whatever they're going to throw at us, and then they're swapping into an Excadrill here. Now, this thing is amazing. We already know this. It charges fast, and it hits hard. It is just pretty squishy here. So we are going to be shielding up that Drill Run here, going for the Shadow Ball. We're getting a shield out of them as well, and we're making it to the Shadow Ball before they can get to their charge move. I'm pretty sure they're going to double up on this Excadrill here. That's right. There it is. We can bring in our Kabutops after this and possibly get off a Water Pulse and take that thing out. Since they did use up that energy, you can charge pretty fast here. Unfortunately, we're not able to get to it, so that's not going to be particularly great for us. So we're just going to let it go down and then just bring in Roserade here, and hopefully we can sweep up whatever's in the back, going for a Weather Ball, which is going to take them out. And let's see, bringing in the Deoxys here, so we're getting to that Weather Ball. We're not going for Leaf Tornado or Leaf Storm. It would just be a waste. And unfortunately, it's not enough to take them out. So we're expecting a Psycho Boost here. So we're going to go ahead and shield this up. And then they're swapping into a Politoed. We get to the Leaf Storm. And, well, folks, this is going to one-shot the Politoed. And then the Deoxys will come in here. And we just, we would have just quick moved them down. But they back out. And we take the win. On to our next opponent here, folks. What are we going to see? Leading with Giratina. We're met with a Jellicent. So this is... it could be worse. Let's just put it that way. It could be worse. So it's a pretty okay matchup for us considering we do have Shadow Claw. But we still need to look out as well. We're taking super effective damage from their quick move. And then, well, Shadow Ball is also going to be doing a ton of damage. Seeing that Jellicent is tanking it, we just got baited by Bubble Beam. Not very effective. So they just effectively lowered our attack and took a shield. So yeah, not looking the best. We were having some lag there, as you've seen. We're able to get to the Shadow Ball, getting their last shield. I figure they're going to go for a Shadow Ball now, and we're just going to let it go through. It is a Bubble Beam, though, so that's pretty awesome. Don't think we're going to be able to get to the Shadow Ball. We do, but they're getting to another charge move. I don't want to double up quite yet because we can go in here with the Roserade and just put in some work with the quick move here. Seeing that they did reveal their Bubble Beam, but a Shadow Ball is still going to be doing a lot of damage, and as you can see, there it is. So at this point, we have to farm down. They're swapping and locking. We're going to go ahead and go into the Leaf Storm here, which is going to be doing a lot of damage. So they tried to go in with the Nidoqueen and take us out before we were able to get off a charge move, which was, you know, do what you got to do. They're going for a Poison Fang, and we're letting it go through, lowering our defense here with the Kabutops, already squishy. But we can charge at a pretty fast rate, so let's see what we have. A Toxicroak. I don't know if we're going to be able to pull this one off here, folks, but let's just see what we can do. So we're going for the Water Pulse. They're taking us out. In comes the Roserade. This was crazy. I couldn't believe it. So we're going to go ahead and hit that Weather Ball and take out that Toxicroak. In comes their last Pokemon, that Jellicent that they had in the beginning, and we take it out with a quick move, and we take the win. Let's go. Into the next battle, we're met with a Galarian Stunfisk, and, well, this is fine. Earthquake's going to do some good damage, but we don't really need to worry about it, right? So they're going for a straight Rock Slide here, which is very interesting. And we let it go through. But at this point, an Earthquake, don't think it's enough to take us out. We're going to just barely survive if they did go for it. So we're getting off another Shadow Ball and really putting on the pressure, and they're just letting it go through. I found this extremely interesting. I figured they were going to come in with something as super effective like the Ninetales here. So we are going to go ahead and shield this up because I wanted to get to another Shadow Ball and put on the pressure to possibly have them shield up as well. Let's see if they want to do that, or if they want to let it go through and then farm us down, which, yeah, that's a smart play to do there. So we got 2 shields on their end and 1 on ours. Bringing in the Kabutops here so we can just absorb any sort of ice moves. Not very effective. They're swapping into Meganium. Oh boy, this is something we don't want to see. Grass is going to be doing massive damage to us. It's basically the equivalent to a Swampert's weakness. Exactly it, actually, because, well, water and ground. So we're going to go ahead and bring in that Roserade here, expecting an Earthquake, but we just need to hold on to that last shield. We don't have to worry about that quick move on the Meganium. So let's see if we can pull this off here. So we want to build up to 2 Weather Balls. They're going for a Frenzy Plant, getting our last shield, and now we are going to go ahead and shoot. See if we can take this Meganium out. There's 1, they swap, and we had it, but we just didn't hit it, unfortunately. So I don't think so. It's going to be close. And let's see how this plays out, because I thought I was going to be able to pull it off. And Meganium is going to definitely quick move us down. We were so close to that Stone Edge. Good game. Moving on to our next opponent here. Just have like 2 more battles, 1 more battle maybe. So we're met with an Empoleon. This is absolutely perfect, because we do resist the water. The Jolpeck is going to do some nice damage, I suppose, and then the Waterfall is going to add up. So they did swap into their own Giratina, and the Empoleon did take damage. That's just a visual glitch. It's really weird whenever that does happen. A little bit confusing sometimes to people who don't know or are not aware of that. Anyway, it's going to go ahead and go for the Shadow Ball and swap into the Kabutops here. I mean, that's just what I've seen, you know, as a viable play. I didn't want to stay in there with the Giratina and just have it get destroyed by that Dragon Breath. So we're going to go ahead and bring in the Kabutops and go for that Stone Edge, doing a lot of damage to Giratina. I mean, that Stone Edge does a lot. So, if anything, yes, Kabutops is squishy, but man, oh wow, it does hit hard with that Stone Edge. So we are going down. It doesn't have much health, so we don't really have too much to worry about. Going to go ahead and bring in our Giratina and farm that thing down here. And they're bringing in Conflable. Wowie, wow, that was I was quick with that charm. Bringing in the Roserade here. This thing is extremely trusty. I've used it quite a bit, and I absolutely love it. So they're going to be swapping into their Empoleon here. Going to go ahead and shield up this Drill Peck and go for that Weather Ball, which is going to do some nice neutral damage. Now, to win this, we're going to have to get to Leaf Storm here. If I've been calling it Leaf Tornado, forgive me, okay? You know what I mean, right? So we're going to be able to take the win here. Looking good. If you did enjoy this short video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care, trainers.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!